The magician David Blaine was on The Tonight Show recently promoting his new special. He does 9 minutes of amazing card tricks.
This is what I'm talking about, man! What is going on, David Blaine?
And then he sets up his finale.
100 years ago, there's a guy that converted his stomach into an aquarium where he could store live creatures. And then he could bring them up at will.
Down goes a glass of water, and out comes a live frog. I've looked into this trick, and I can say with fairly high confidence that the secret to how Blaine makes it seem like he's swallowing frogs is that he's really swallowing frogs.
Yeah, the frog thing, there's no trickery. It's not hidden in his mouth. There's no palming. It's just there.
This is Kieran Johnson. He's a magician based in the UK and one of the handful of people in the world who perform regurgitation tricks.
Just like a relaxed thing. So I'm aware the coin's there, traveling down, and I'm aware it's there. But when I bring it back, it's kind of tense. So if I start focusing here, it becomes tense, and then as I get to here to open my throat.
Kieran works mostly with coins. He can bring them up on either heads or tails by feeling the texture of the coin inside his esophagus. And he can regurgitate a stream of water for over 30 seconds. Water spouting is a stunt that dates back to at least the 1600s. Performers drink dangerous amounts of water and then spout it out in a controlled, continuous regurgitation. Water spouting was revived in the vaudeville days by a performer named Haji Ali, who pushed it further by purportedly drinking kerosene, which would sit on top of the water in his stomach. He'd then set fire with the kerosene and extinguish it with the water. Regurgitation of live animals is also a rare but old trick. Scottish performer Stevie Starr has been working with a goldfish for a while. The performer Blaine mentioned on Jimmy Fallon was Mac Norton, who was active in the 1910s. He was known as the human aquarium because he would swallow a dozen creatures, frogs and goldfish, before bringing them back up one by one. In his 1920 book, escape artist Harry Houdini recalled a time when Norton could not account for the entire flock after a performance, and he, quote, looked very much scared.
With David, he's absolutely fearless, like incredibly, has no fear.
The thing to understand about David Blaine is that when he wants to do something with his body, he'll do it. This is a man who held his breath for 17 minutes.
Breathe.
Back in 2010, Blaine was on the show Iconoclasts, where he showed artist Chuck Close the clip of Haji Ali's kerosene trick. He said nobody had done it since.
It's real, but nobody's been able to do it since.
3 years later, he was doing it on Jimmy Kimmel.
Wow.
So he already mastered controlled regurgitation, but swallowing liquids is a lot easier than swallowing frogs. Our gag reflex pushes unusually large objects back toward the front of the mouth to prevent choking. Like sword swallowers, Blaine had to learn through practice to overcome the gag reflex. His new special shows him practicing with small potatoes. It's similar to a method described by the great Waldo. He was a performer in the 1940s and 50s who regurgitated goldfish and even rodents, which he would drug with cigarette smoke. According to the writer Daniel Mannix in his 1951 memoir, the great Waldo trained his stomach muscles by swallowing a small potato on a string. Regurgitators have learned to voluntarily open the upper esophageal sphincter, a band of muscle at the top of the esophagus that keeps stuff down away from our windpipe. At the same time, they contract muscles in the abdomen to create upward pressure on the contents of the stomach and the lower esophagus. A drink of water can help reopen that channel. And with enough practice, they can control precisely where the item goes.
I can hold things there. I can hold things down here. Here. And the thing is, I start pointing to things when I try and explain to a doctor, and they think I'm making it up. They go, that's not even possible. I'm like, I'm not a doctor. I just know how it feels.
The stomach secretes gastric juices that include hydrochloric acid, not a great environment for a live animal that's already enduring abnormally high temperatures. Maybe Blaine dilutes the acid with water or other substances. Or maybe he keeps the frogs in his esophagus. That's presumably what the great Waldo did to keep the mice alive. But now that he's proven he can really swallow and regurgitate a frog, let's hope he never does it again.